crime in Coney Island. A 95-year-old woman now being charged with murder for the fatal beating of her elderly roommate.
So disturbing. Fox 5's Sharon Crowley is live in Coney Island with more on the investigation. Sharon?
Yeah, we're getting some new information from the criminal complaint about exactly how this crime took place. We are live right now in Coney Island. We're outside the Seagate Rehabilitation and Nursing Center in Coney Island. And as you said, police have charged a 95-year-old woman with murdering her 89-year-old roommate. Both of them were in this facility when it happened. Now, this happened Sunday on a third-floor room of this residential facility. Now, according to the criminal complaint that was filed by the Brooklyn DA, a nurse telling police that she checked on the 89-year-old victim, Nina Kravtsov, and she said that she was asleep. And then an hour later, the nurse returned to the room only to find her covered in blood and her roommate, the defendant, 95-year-old Galina Smirnova, washing blood off of her clothing in the bathroom. Now, the criminal complaint reads in part that the victim, Nina Kravtsov, was lying in her bed, non-responsive, covered in blood with a gash mark about her face. And further, the witness saying that the defendant was in the bathroom that is inside the patient room and observed that the defendant's hospital gown was bloody and the defendant had blood on her legs, and the defendant was also washing her hands in the bathroom sink. I spoke with families who have relatives in this care facility a short time ago. You can imagine they were shocked.
I was terrified. I didn't know what to think, actually. And it's like the first thing I did was call to make sure my mom was okay and that nobody else got hurt. And then I came to visit her today.
I heard about accident. That's it. That somebody killed somebody.
What did you think?
It's terrible. Terrible.
And I came to see my wife at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2:30. She explained to me, like what happened. I said to she, yeah, I see everything in the news.
That's crazy.
And court documents showing that investigators may be looking at the pedals of the wheelchair as a possible murder weapon.
Imagine that you live your whole life. Imagine that you live your whole life and you're one step away from possibly making it into heaven. One step away from possibly making it into heaven. You're 95 and your roommate is 89. And she said one more thing out of pocket. And next thing you know, you take the wheels off the wheelchair and you use it as a murder weapon. And now you got to go to hell. You take the wheels off the wheelchair and now you got to go to hell. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. You use the wheels off the wheelchair as a murder weapon. That almost lead me to believe that she done did that before, bro. It almost give me the idea that she possibly done did this before. This can't be her first time. See, this is what I'm saying, man. Y'all be thinking that these old people are good people. Just because you old don't make you a good person. Just because you're old does not mean that you are a good person. There are some old people that are demons. That's crazy, bro.
They were covered in blood, according to the criminal complaint. And one of those pedals was seen. It was thrown out the third floor window and later found and confiscated by police. So the defendant in this case has been moved to Bellevue and will be back in court later this month.
It don't even matter at that point. God is judging her at this point. God is trying to figure out what to do with this old ugly heifer at this point. That's crazy, bro.
Well, police say two women turned a dating app into a trap.
Yeah, so take a look. These women are accused of luring men to a building in Brooklyn and robbing them instead of making a love connection. This is apparently a
so they did the Cardi B. So they did the Cardi. Hey, they got Cardi B down at the bottom.
And
Look.
police say the women had help.
Yeah, Pix 11's Nicole Johnson is live in
Cardi B's Little Miss Drama Tour. They had Cardi B at the bottom. Hold on, let me see something.
And police say the women had help.
Yep.
These little fat hoes couldn't get me in nothing. Let me tell you something, bro. This is why guys don't report it, because they knew that they was never supposed to be in this situation in the first place. This is why men don't report crimes, because they was never supposed to be in a situation in the first place. These little fat backs, because guys don't report crimes because they scared of reporting a crime. Guys don't report crime because they knew they shouldn't have been with that little fat back in the first place. Ain't no way in hell this woman gonna ever get me to come back to her place. Where? With who? Hell no. Ain't no way in the world you gonna convince me that this makes sense. Nope. Hell no. Nope. Not even a little bit. Bruh, if I find out that you got robbed by a chick that looked like this in your own place with your pants down, hey man, just take your L, bro. Take your L, bro. Take your L, bro. If I find out that you got robbed by a chick that looked like this, we got problems. No, I'll call the police in real life. I'm just joking, but still, this is disrespectful.
These women are accused of luring men to a building in Brooklyn and robbing them instead of making a love connection. This is apparently a pattern, and police say the women had help.
Yeah, Pix 11's Nicole Johnson is live in East Williamsburg with more on what the women allegedly got away with. Nicole.
Well, for starters, Arnie, cash, we're talking cell phones. And in one case, police say the women were able to get a late model luxury vehicle.
Heck no.
Police warn these women are tugging at the hearts of men, allegedly using a dating app to lure them into different buildings here at the Cooper Park houses, not for romance, but for a robbery scheme. And the victims never saw it coming.
Don't do dating apps.
Robbery scheme, and the victim park houses, not for romance.
Dog, if you get robbed by these chicks, you deserve it. I'm just telling you, bro. If you get robbed by these women, you got bigger problems on your hand, bro. You got boxolitis. You have boxolitis, and you need to go to therapy. You need to go and get a therapy session popping, because ain't no way in the world, ain't no way on God's green earth you gonna sit here and tell me that this makes sense. It don't make sense. This is stupid, it's disrespectful, and it don't make sense.
But for a robbery scheme, and the victims never saw it coming.
Don't do dating apps.
But the two victims in two separate incidents did.
And they going into them park houses. You know how you know that it's one of them houses?
Don't do dating apps.
But the two.
Look at that, man. That's the projects, dog. Yeah, that's the projects. You met a chick in the projects from a dating app? You was a fool. You was a straight up fool. You was an idiot, and you deserve exactly what you're getting. Look at bro, that's the projects. You can look at the windows. Look at the windows. Look at the air conditioning units. You got caught up in the projects, big dog. You're a fool. Idiot.
Two victims in two separate incidents did. Police say the victims, men in their 20s, used a dating app to connect with the women, agreed to meet up at an apartment on the 5th floor to hang out. But once they got off the elevator, the victims were met by two men. One of them had a gun. After a violent...
That's the projects. Look at
the victims were met by two men.
That's the same bricks that was in my elementary school. We had them exact same bricks in my elementary school. Room 9 was right down the hallway. You follow the bricks, follow the yellow bricks road, and now you right there in the, man, that's the, I can't believe y'all over there meeting chicks on dating apps and going in a one way in and one way out projects and letting these chicks rob y'all blind. Man, y'all some fools. All of this over some box.
One of them had a gun. After a violent struggle, the men were able to steal cash, cell phones, and in one case, the victim's Mercedes-Benz. Neighbors we spoke with near Cooper Park houses say they have never seen the women before, but are not surprised about the setup.
Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, back there. Yeah. All the way in the back over there by Morgan and those places, they use that for that.
Somebody is like just trying to like come over here to meet somebody that they probably like, and they're getting set up.
Good news.
Listen, let me tell y'all this. I want to give y'all a clue. Let me show y'all the perpetrators. Let me see.
Out here, none of the victims were seriously hurt, but definitely shaken. Police need your help finding the women we're talking about, the women you saw in the piece. If you have any information on their whereabouts, call.
They look like every other black woman that's out here. They look like every other chick that's out here. Every other chick that's out here look the exact same. You're going to have to round up everybody. You're going to have to literally, dog. You're going to have to round up everybody. They look just like every other chick that be in New York, Chicago, Detroit, LA. Man, not Detroit, but they look like every other chick. I don't know how you can catch them. I see them all the time. Honestly, I see them all the time. See the exact same hairstyles, all of that. I'm going to tell y'all this, guys. Listen. If you link up with a chick and you get on a dating app or she hits you up on Instagram and she say, yo, come over here. She give you the address. You never been over there before. Nothing like that, right? You could be tempted to head over there. You're going to pull up and everything in you, all of your spidey senses, everything that's around you is going to say, hey, family, this is not a go. Listen to what I'm saying, dog. Everything in you is going to say, this is not smart. Walk away. It's a setup. Some of y'all have seen this before. Some of y'all have been in this type of situation before. Some of y'all have ignored it and you've paid the price as a result of it. It happens all the time. People ignore their tuition. It seems too good to be true. And you say, man, I shouldn't have did that or whatever. It happens every single day. People ignore their better judgment and they just got to see it through. That could be even with the people that you decide that you want to sleep with. Sometimes they'd be like, oh man, she's so bad though, or I don't want to miss this opportunity, or she right there and all of that. You're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. She's going to give you that H-I to the V. She's going to give you that HIV. She's going to give you that herpes. It's going to be something that you can't cure. One night of pleasure going to lead to a lifetime of misery. One night of pleasure is going to lead to a lifetime of misery. Listen, I know I troll and I say, a lot of different stuff because, it's all entertainment. But the fact of the matter is, my rap sheet is negative. And I don't have to worry about the same things that everybody else worry about because I have what they call dick discipline. I don't worry about accusations. I don't worry about people saying stuff. I don't worry about anybody saying anything other than what it is that I've already put out. I don't worry about getting diseases. I don't worry about all of that stuff because in real life, I don't even put myself in a situation that I can't get out of. And every day, people risk it all, and they take the bait, and they wind up living to regret it. And it's not worth it, bro.